Have any of y'all ever lost a loved one gone too soon? Has your family or friend group ever experienced the effects of addiction? The answer to the second question is probably a few less yeses in the room than the first, but this is an epidemic that has taken the nation and it needs to be addressed.
Hi, I'm Christopher Torres, Attitude Amarillo President.
And I'm Haley Matlack, this year's Public Service Chair, and this is our team. Jesse, Emily, Edgar, Isabel, and Kendall all played integral roles in this year's campaign, and we couldn't have done what we did without them.
This is Angie. She is our Amarillo Narcan lady. Me and Haley met Angie about a year ago at our first Bad Magic Music Festival in Amarillo. We looked at each other and we knew immediately that what Angie was doing is what we wanted to do for our public service campaign. Angie created Texas Panhandle Overdose Awareness in remembrance of her son that passed away in 2018. This is true. He was 24 when he passed away from a fentanyl overdose that could have been prevented if he had Narcan on hand. Angie founded TPOA to provide free Narcan, overdose awareness, and support for grieving families in our area.
So what is Narcan, you might ask? Narcan is a nasally ingested drug that will temporarily block the effects of an opioid overdose on the brain. It'll give you approximately 30 minutes to seek further medical attention.
Although Narcan is heavily stigmatized due to fentanyl, it's important to remember that every overdose is someone's child.
Texas, like much of the U.S., has seen increases in opioid overdoses. From 2019 to 2023, Texas saw an over 600% increase in these deaths. But it's not all bad. Thankfully, in 2024, we did see a 20% decrease in these fentanyl overdose deaths. But that doesn't mean fentanyl is not still in Amarillo. Fentanyl is regularly reported by the Amarillo Police Department as the top 3 most confiscated substance off of our streets.
Amarillo does face a unique problem in the form of Interstate 40. I-40 is an east to west corridor for transportation through the middle of Amarillo, Texas. This provides a unique challenge to our law enforcement because we have many different people from many different states passing through at all times.
Angie's goal? To have Narcan in every home in Amarillo.
We sat down with our team and decided we needed some more concrete goals to keep us on track. Angie was a one-woman show, so she didn't have a lot of things in place before we started this. Something that was very important to her and to us was to stabilize her branding, create a new logo, and get her branding guidelines situated. We designed new merchandise and swag that she could provide at events. We created a social media page with a goal to get at least 500 followers. We created 5 months of social media that included copy and graphics, and we designed new event displays and setups for her events.
With all these challenges in mind and our location in mind, we decided our target audience would be individuals 15 to 64.
So, everyone.
Well, recent studies by the CDC shows that individuals 15 to 64 have actually seen a decrease in overdoses, though this is the demographic who's most likely to fall victim of an over-the-counter can't work right now. And individuals 34 to 44 are the most risk of overdose. And in recent years, we have seen a trend in individuals 44 to 64 as those are the individuals who are falling accidental overdoses on their own prescription drugs.
So we decided to hone in. We needed to educate everyone from the ages of 15 to 64, and we really needed to emphasize those ages 35 to 44. However, we are equipping everyone with this life-saving drug.
With all of our challenges in mind and these goals in mind, we made a plan and we got to work. When we first started working with Angie, she had various forms of logos. Various people had volunteered to help. She even just paid someone to create a logo, and she had been burned right before we got started with her. As you can see, none of these logos really go along with each other, and Angie wasn't happy with any of them either.
Our graphic designer got to work and created a brand new logo for Angie. One of the things that she specifically requested was that the logo be able to be customized depending on holidays or events that she may be attending. You can see a sample of that in the top corner with our Pride logo. We also incorporated the teardrop tattoo that her son had, just to make sure that Drew's presence was still visualized in our logo. We then completed the branding guidelines and went from there.
Angie had just made a deposit on a back window decal right before we started working together. As you'll see on the top here, that was kind of her mock-up she gave to the printer, and the printer created her this bottom version. Again, she wasn't really happy with that. So we created her a new back decal, and as you'll see on the bottom right of the screen, that is it actually on her vehicle as of a couple months ago.
Then tragedy strikes Amarillo. A local man was arrested and later indicted with murder for providing a lethal dose of fentanyl to his girlfriend. His mugshot was posted in our mugshot groups and immediately went viral. We saw this as an opportunity to educate people about who Angie was, what she was doing, and try to get the word out. We also saw this as a perfect time to create the Facebook page. Before this, Angie was operating out of a Facebook group and did not have an official page, although she did have a website at the time. About an hour after creating the page, we were already sitting on 178 followers. And within 24 hours, we were sitting at 1.2 thousand. At the time of submitting the book, we were sitting at 2.3. And then as of this week, we're sitting at 2.4 thousand total followers.
Because of this increased presence on social media, Angie was asked to be on the air with 2 of our local news stations, which she completed interviews, and it was posted on TV and online.
Next, we decided to tackle the website. Angie did have a website in place through GoDaddy, however, it was only 1 page at the time. We sat down as a group and decided things that we'd like to see added to the website that could help people find information that they need, but also help the website be found via SEO. We created 4 pages to the website in conglomeration with the homepage for a total of 6 pages. The pages we were the most excited about were the FAQ, the contact page, and the donation page.
And we know that no nonprofit organization can sustain its mission without money coming in. At the time of our starting with working with Angie, she had a personal Venmo and a personal Cash App and PayPal linked on her website. So we created her a donor box profile, which will allow for recurring donations as well as a safe platform to receive donations, one-time donations. With that, we created suggested monthly donation rates. At $10 a month, you're a supporter of TPOA, $20 a month, you're a hope dealer, $50 a month, you're a change maker, and for $100 a month, you're an impact partner.
Now that we had a following on the Facebook page, we decided we needed to tease the branding. We put out a teaser post just to get people interested, and then the next day we released the full branding for everyone to see. We also finalized the copy and graphics in our social media schedule. We scheduled all these posts out for Angie so that she wouldn't have to worry about it. However, we did create graphic templates that she could use on Canva. Here's a sample of some of our graphics that we've used. We tried to focus on educating people about Narcan, as well as providing just general information about overdoses. Something else that was important to Angie was providing grief support to people in our area, so we made sure to include a couple of posts about that as well. We did create these social templates so that she would have something to work off of once we were done working together. Again, she's a one-woman show, so we tried to keep it really simple for her, just to make sure that she could get what she needed out of the templates.
And we can't do any fun stuff without a little bit of short form video. So we did create 3 videos. This first one you'll see is Amarillo No Shame Pickup Spots for Narcan in Amarillo. It features a couple of our partner agencies or organizations. just a general informational one. And for those of you that can't read, it says, Narcan isn't just for addicts. It's for dad who accidentally took one extra pain pill after surgery. It's for your cousin who tried a party pill once, not knowing it was laced with fentanyl. It's for grandma whose regular meds became too much for her aging body. It's for your brother who didn't want to die, he just wanted the pain to stop. It's for your sister who grabbed the wrong bottle of pills thinking it was her allergy meds. Every life is worth saving.
We also created things for Angie to hand out at her events and schools that she goes and speak at. We tried to keep it consistent with the flyers and banners that you'll see later in the presentation. We wanted to make sure that we were providing Narcan information so that people knew how to use Narcan, also knew what it was for, how it worked, and its relation to overdoses. We wanted to include a little bit of overdose information just so that people could get that info at a glance. We also created this one that is more directed to drive people towards the website and push the donation piece.
Additionally, like Chris mentioned, we did design some banner ups to revamp Angie's display when she goes to events. And we created some swag. We designed some swag and created some stickers. There's just here. What we created. I shoved other stuff in my pocket. I should have done that. I'm sorry.
Since the creation of the Facebook page, we've seen 61,000 total views and just over 2,400 followers. We spent about 85 hours of pro bono work, which equaled about $16,000 in value.
At this year's Bad Magic Festival, it was a full circle moment for Chris and I. Angie had our flyers on the table, and she handed out 53 boxes of Narcan, which was 106 life-saving doses in the hands of Amarillo citizens.
We also got to secure her a new no-shame pickup spot in the form of Neon Sun Tanning Salon. This was an area of town that Angie was interested to be a part of, so we were happy to secure that for her as well.
And Bad Magic is just the start of the summer. Angie will be at lots of events, and she's not done yet.
August 31st is National Overdose Awareness Day, so we are very proud to have equipped Angie with what she needs to provide a valuable and lasting impact in our community at this time.